The Borders Zone 1494 2AY. And joining us, we have CEO of Wodonga TAFE, Mark Dixon, with us again. How are you?
I'm good, Sandra. Kevin, good morning.
Now, we've often spoken about the course from TAFE into university. You've had some really good success with this, with some of your students being recognised as great students by the university as well, not just by yourselves.
That's absolutely right. We're delighted to hear that news. So this was at the La Trobe University graduations where our students did particularly well. And these are students who've taken that pathway through a diploma. Megan Murtagh, Francis Dallinger and Isabel Francioli, they all started their life or their educational career at TAFE, doing diplomas in nursing, early childhood and community service. That TAFE course gave them some really good skills. It got them into industry, it got them industry placements, hands-on experience, and then also whilst they were doing those diplomas, we taught them about what they would expect when they transitioned from TAFE into university. So when they went to university, they were absolutely ready for that course, they were mature, had some great skills, were actually having part-time work in the community doing that work that they wanted to do already, and that just meant that they really excelled on those university courses. And they've all now got their bachelor qualifications and were the top academic students on their courses. So a really good news story about how people who might start off not thinking they can go to university, they can come through TAFE, they can get some really good practical skills, they can get some additional skills to help them when they make that transition to university. And then what we're seeing is that they're doing exceptionally well at university. So we're delighted, La Trobe's delighted. And because of that, I think we need to grow that part or that pathway into higher education. So I mentioned those courses already. We're growing those this year, and we're going to start and do a course in applied agriculture and then also in engineering technology. And these are areas that local businesses and industry have talked to us about and said, you know, there is a gap in the market right now. So we'll obviously try and fill that gap.
Well, you are looking for that gap in the market even more so now with the announcement of the Regional and Specialist Training Fund.
That's really good news. And Minister Gail Tinney, so this is a state fund, announced this just last week. And that fund is specifically targeted, I think, at regional Victoria, which, you know, we're really excited about. We don't want the money necessarily going to Melbourne. We want it to come out into the regions. And it's quite a clever fund because we've not seen this before. We've not seen the likes of this, but it's really designed to support regional Victoria, support TAFEs as well. And what it's there for is for new courses that the TAFE doesn't currently deliver. But if the local industry and business people think there is a need, then they can actually come to the TAFE. They can talk to me in particular and say, you know, we need this qualification. And if you can deliver that for us as the TAFE, then this will lead to jobs and growth in our community. So that's what this fund is about. It's for those courses that we don't currently deliver, and the fund will work with us and industry to help create those new qualifications. Some examples, potentially in agribusiness, some others in the building trades. I think potentially concreting is a good example where we know that's a very popular trade, and we don't currently run that at the TAFE, but this new fund would allow us to start and put up the sort of setup costs that allow us to deliver that to a really good standard for the community.
And I guess formally qualified people, because I'm sure, particularly in concrete, there'll be a lot of concrete labourers that wouldn't actually have a certificate, but perhaps many years of work. So the opportunity's there for businesses and, as you said, industries to come forward to the TAFE and say, what's missing in terms of education for our particular field, and to see if this fits the criteria for the funding.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. And, you know, lots of people have many skills, but actually giving them a qualification that maybe allows them to then go off and do that as their own business rather than working for somebody else. Really good opportunities there. And if anybody wants to know more about that fund, please call me. And it was probably best to speak to me, but anybody at the TAFE can help you. Just call and ask us, 1300 MyTAFE. And ask to have a chat to us about that regional and specialist training fund. It's there for our region to make the most of, and we've actually got to be proactive now in engaging industry and businesses to see where those gaps are, and I promise you we'll try and fill those gaps.
Very good. CEO of Wodonga TAFE, Mark Dixon, always good to speak with you. Thank you.
Yep, see you next time. Thank you.